Hi y'all. So I'm here today. This is my second video of today. Today's October 1st, by the way. I did my part one. The way I wanted to do the video, that wasn't even what I wanted to do, is what I wanted to share with you right now. But I think it's good to have like a backstory of how my thoughts on my money has changed. And I've done a video about that too, but let me tell you, I often think that, like, do I have a healthy relationship with money? Like, have you ever thought of that before? Like, do I have a healthy relationship with money? Like, for me, it's like I don't have a problem with spending. If it's something I really, 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 really want, I will get it. I think my purchases through, if I do buy on impulse or because of my emotions or my manic modes where I'm just like, I don't care, then yeah, I will bring something back. But most of the time, I have gotten a handle on those things. Now, those feelings can come up at any point. But anyways, this is what I wrote down. I said, do I have a healthy relationship with money? So I put down what is healthy. For me, I did say that I do believe my relationship with money is healthy. I save, but it's not in an unhealthy way. So I take care of my bills. I still put money aside for food out, for fun categories. Give myself allowance. Give my son allowance. I think that is. I'm not strictly just trying to save money, and being so frugal like I can't do other things. So that's why I say my relationship with money is definitely healthy. I have a balance. I have a balanced view of money, and how I treat it and what it means to me. Um, as I mentioned, I'm just not saving, and not being able to still enjoy life. Okay. What else I do? I did put down that I do not mind spending money on things that I need, not an issue, but I still like to get the best price, or deal. So yes, I love a deal. I love to stretch my dollars. It's like a game to me, to see how much can I save. That makes me happy. Like, oh, I saved $20. Oh, I saved $50. That makes me really happy. I love saving money, so yes, I love a good deal. Just like I tell you guys with my groceries, or when I go shopping, I'm shopping like clearance or have a coupon. Yes. So I did put down that I got this on the tablet. I actually pulled out the tablet that Javez gave me, because you guys know I wanted to buy my own tablet, but I never did, because I'm just like, girl, you got a new phone. You got 3 phones in less than a year. You don't need nothing else, Candace. So yeah. So I did put down that I don't always spend on things that I want, which is true. I like to be practical. And then I put down that I think about it for a while to see if it's just me being emotional or not. So that kind of goes back to like me being manic. Sometimes I'm just like, or just emotional, not even with my bipolar, but just being emotional. I give up. I throw up my hands. Like, I don't care. August. What did I do in August? You guys know I like sticking to my budget. August, I was just like, I don't care. I want all the groceries that I want. I want anything I want from the store. I mean, we didn't eat out. We ate out probably like twice. So me buying groceries was way cheaper than us eating out. But at the same time, it was me being emotional. I didn't want to cook. I just didn't want to do anything. Food is my comfort. So yeah. yeah, so it just says that if I don't care or I just think I deserve it all, which I do, but that's not really me. So yeah, those emotions that I feel like, oh, you deserve it, Candace. I know what I deserve, but there's like instances like, go get it, girl. You know, work so hard for this. You done did this. Go get it, you know. And I know how hard I've worked. I know how much work I put into things. And for me to feel like get what you deserve, that's where I feel like people kind of go down this rabbit hole, right? Or instant gratification. I think we all deserve what we want. You know, if we're working hard, we're paying the bills, we're taking care of responsibility. People just want to feel like I worked hard all this week. Let me eat out on Friday. Let me eat out during the weekend. I don't want to cook. We deserve those things, okay? And you know, sometimes those habits can like snowball into other things. It's like, oh, I want to go on a nice vacation. I deserve it. And then, you know what I mean? But you don't have the money for it. You know what I mean? It just kind of snowballs into those emotions of I deserve. Yeah, so but I know what type of person I am, and when I get those feelings and I'm like, that's not me. The way of that thinking is not me. So yeah, that's when I take a step back and be like, yeah, this ain't you. Just like with the tablet, you know. And I put down that also I know it is okay to want, but you don't have to always follow through, especially if you don't have the funds, which I just mentioned. It can be like a sense of accomplishment when you hold off, right? So it says, and if you value it that much, so if you hold off on something, right, and you save up for it, I think you appreciate it that much more. It's like a sense of accomplishment. Um, and you think about all the work and time you put into getting what you want, right? um and for me, that's how I view things. Like, say for when you probably don't, yeah, a lot of y'all been following me for a long time. Me and John Mez used to go on yearly trips, right, around my husband's passing, or in at least like April. And you know, we would save up. I would, you know, get all the plans together, get my calculations down together, and I felt good. Like, you go on these trips and it's just like, it just feels so good when you do it. You're not in debt for it. You know what I mean? Everything's covered. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling versus going on a trip and then coming back and be like, oh man, how I'm gonna, now I gotta work for this. You know, beforehand, if you put in the work, you plan things out, you have the money for it. So when you go on the trip, it's just that much more better. Because guess what? When you come back home, you're not going to have to say, how do I pay for that? You done paid for it. You know what I mean? It's a big difference. Just like I talk about a secondary job. A secondary job, if you have to do it, is not the same as just getting a secondary job just for fun. You know what I mean? It's difference. So yeah. So I put down my savings. I did say that I do want to I don't want to touch it for fun stuff. So that is correct. You guys know I have my savings, right? Like the 15K that I've been saving up this year, I don't want to touch that. Okay. Not for fun stuff. So I want to go on a trip. No, your girl's gonna have to save up the money for it. So that's what I mean. I'm like, I'm not just spending the money just because I want to or just because I have it. I put down that it's only for bills. I did say that savings is important to me now, because it's just me. Now, I will say savings has always been important to me. Of course, when you're 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, those ages, you don't really know what you're saving up for. A car, okay, yes, I had money for that. But like, why did I save up 30,000? Cars weren't that expensive back then. You know what I mean? So what was I doing? Like, and that's why money made me sad, because I'm like, what am I doing this for? I didn't have a child at that point. It was just me coming from 17 years old, graduated early. I got a free car. I was about to buy the car from a gentleman, but he ended up giving it to me for free because of my accomplishment of, you know, graduating early and going to college. And so yeah, that was a gift to me. Otherwise, it was going to be like 1,200. It wasn't going to be too expensive. I had the money, but he gifted it to me, so I was very thankful still. It was a very good car, but then it had a lot of rust at the bottom, so the brake lines rusted out. And yeah, I was not going to put money into getting, I didn't know how much it was going to cost, let's put it like that. So yeah, when you think about it now, it's just like, Candace, it's just you, right? You're older now. You're older now. You're not this little kid. You're not, this teenager. You're an adult. You're not married. You're not dating. You don't expect to be in a relationship again. So what now? Like, money to me now is totally different, because I have a reason to save. Me saving now doesn't make me sad. It just puts me at the forefront, and knowing that, wow, I'm doing this for myself. I understand my importance, what I'm trying to accomplish. Back then, I didn't know what I was trying to accomplish. I accomplished graduating early. I accomplished going to college. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just stated that I don't have a partner. So if something happens to me, I do have a cushion. So that does give me a little bit of peace of mind. Now, of course, I still think about the what ifs. So like I put down, for example, when I left my previous full-time job, I just quit. I quit. Your girl had to pay back almost $2,000 because they give my vacation time up front. And I used a lot of it, so I paid them back. I think it was like 1,600, 1,400. It was money. At least I had it though. But I just quit, but I was okay. I just got Jamez's car, and I'm like, man, I just quit a job that I actually liked, but it allowed me to have that peace of mind. Like, okay, Candace, you know what? You're starting fresh. Take care of yourself. That's what's most important. Then from there, I went to a part-time job, like later on in the year. So I was able to do that and still be okay. Of course, having Medicaid as well as the pandemic food stamps, all of those things did help as well. And then, between me going into the part from leaving, and I was just working at Amazon and Kohl's, and then I just left those two. I was like, I'm done working. I just need time to myself. I think it was 2.5 months to 3 months of not working at all. I was just like, Candace, you just need to relax. Just stop working. Just focus on yourself. So that's what I did. Yeah, I did say, I used throughout this time of me just working at like Amazon and things like that, I used up like $16,000. So yeah. So I do put down that I don't save out of fear. I'm not fearful of not having money, because I know I can hustle. I can get another job. You know what I mean? Whether it's minimum wage or whatever, there's jobs out there. Is it going to always be at the highest paying? No. But like, I'm not in fear of money, because I know how to hustle. I know how to make money. I'm not just sitting on my butt. I'm not lazy. That's one thing I'm not. But it is real life. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know, you can fall ill. Then what? And it's just me. Like, there's nobody to take care of me. So I did say that life is real, which it is. My health is important. And it's one less thing for me to worry about. So having the money put aside, or having, a savings, it does help alleviate the additional stress if something does come up. Just like when I left my full-time job, I was not worried about money. Did I want to touch the other money that I saved up? I didn't, but I told myself, Candace, you saved this up for a reason. It's hard for me to let go of money, but when there's a purpose behind it, like, I didn't do all of this. I didn't get out of debt. I didn't start saving this 30,000 in what, 2.5 years for nothing. You know what I mean? This is your money to do what you need to do for you. So when I took it, I told myself I didn't want to go below 15,000. We got down to 16,000. I think we were at 32,000 when I quit my full-time job. And now we're putting it back up. But yeah, it I am really focusing on myself. Yeah, my son has graduated. He's still 17. He graduated when he's 16 and turning 17. But I feel like, throughout these years, your child is a baby, then they start to walk and run, and then it's like you start to think of yourself more because they're more independent. They don't rely on you as much. Um, and yeah, these past couple of years, I've really focused on myself and getting help that I need. Has it all been working out? No. But I'm learning. And it's a um taking care of yourself and your health. It can get kind of frustrating because things don't always work. Medications don't work for one person. The dosage may not work until it gets higher, or it's combined with something else, and it's just like, yeah. So I put down my favorite things that I like to spend money on. What is it, y'all? Tell me. Yep, number one is food. Y'all know what I spend my money on. Even my own allowance money, I spend it on food. I use it to eat out or buy extra stuff at the store. But most of the times it is to get fast food. That's my eating out, or sometimes Chinese food. What is it? Yeah, it's just to eat out, because food is good. Food makes me happy. Food is comforting to me, okay? So yeah, the other thing I really like to do with my money is create memories. So that could be trips. When Jabez was younger, trips, we did one annual trip per year for me and him, not traveling to New York to see my family. For me and him, trips. I wanted to do something this year. I think we did camping last year, right? With my sister. It was like a 2 or 3 day thing. They left on like the second day, and it was me and Jamez for like the last day, and the dogs. That was nice. It's the small stuff, little outings, going to the beach, just creating memories. And those things don't even really cost money. But you think about vacations, right? I went to the Bahamas. I had a plan in mind of sticking on a budget. Of course, it didn't go to plan, but I made it work. I was able to pay off that debt of because I had to pay more. So we got that taken care of. But it's just like, when we went down to Atlanta, that was fun. We went down to Atlanta. That was fun. I don't think they do the Gold Pass for Atlanta anymore. I could be wrong. They probably, no, I think they still do the Gold Pass. Gold is Go Pass. And that was really fun. We had my other dog, Lacey, with us. Um, she passed now, but yeah, it was me, Jamez, when he was younger, and we were new down here, and I'm like, yeah, my thing is to go on a trip. Also, going on our first cruise, going to Disney. Let me tell you, Disney is not all that it's cracked up to be. That was my first time going to Disney. Me and Jamez was like, if we never go back, it's okay. It is over. I think Disney is so overrated. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. But we had like the nice apartment. I think I did I ever share that with y'all on here? I probably did. I probably did. Oh, we had so much fun. Even just going in the pool once we got home. I made dinner every single day. We packed our lunches because at Disney you could bring in your food, and you figure we weren't staying in a hotel. I had got a VRBO, like or Home Away. I think it was Home Away. They're all kind of like the same thing. But yeah, I rented out this place. So much fun. It was big. It had like 4 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. I think it was 3 bedrooms. Um, but man, it was so nice, you guys. It was just me, Jamez, and I was like, oh, let me go get my nephew from New York. And then we drove up there, got him, come back down to Virginia, then we drove down to Florida. Yeah, it was just nice. It's a memory. And we stayed on budget because, as I mentioned, we hardly ever ate out. It was a true apartment, at a beautiful complex, dog friendly, and yeah, it was funny because we enjoyed being at the apartment and swimming versus being at Disney. But it's still a memory. Whether or not we would go back, it's still a memory. But we stayed on budget, versus spending all this money eating out at the park. They allowed us to bring in food, so we had waters, with ice, sandwiches, snacks. We didn't even have to eat out while we were there because you figure that's a bulk of your money. So this is what I'm talking about, y'all. Like, I love going on trips. I love planning trips and being within budget, but also I don't think trips, memories have to be these extravagant things. It's the small things that you remember. When it's the big things, it's just like some things get washed out. Some things you're like, wait, did that really happen? I don't remember that. You know what I mean? But the small things is less stuff to remember, more things that you appreciate. You know what I mean? So yeah. Next up, my 2024 goals, you guys. I would like to save another 15,000. If I can end this year at a total of if I can get my savings to 35,000 this year, I would like to save 15,000 next year. And the reason why I say this, because I want to get my next savings goal is my overall savings goal is to get to 50,000. I've never been that high. My highest was always like 32,000 back in the day, and then a couple like 2 years ago or 2 years ago. So yeah, I did put down that I don't have any plans of how to make that happen, but I will. And I also want to pay off the student loan. So I did a video about what's going on with Amazon, up in the air. But either way, if I can get back to Amazon, I will still use that money towards student loans, get that done and out the way with. That's the only debt I have. I do not have consumer debt, thank goodness. I'm content, Sometimes, yeah, I tell you guys this all the time. It's lovely to get new things. Would I like a new car? I love cars. I tell you guys, I love cars. I love technology. Oh, if I can have the latest car, yes. Now when I start to think about it logically, I'm like, new cars, more issues, more like technology, the more costly repair. So this is like, how I think, right? Nice newer cars are nice, but wait, we gotta step back, think about it, Candace. So that's where I go at. Yeah, I feel like I really do have a good relationship with money. My relationship with money is not too cheap or too frugal. Let me say frugal. People don't like the word cheap. I always like to say cheap, but frugal. I do live life, but it's on a budget. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I live below my means, which allows me to do things in life and not have to worry about being in debt for it or thinking about, wait, how can I do this? I have other priorities. When you live below your means, you have that freedom. If say forth, if you do want to do something spectacular, you can do it. You've lived below your means for so long. You have money saved up. It doesn't have to be a lot, but like, I love things. I love things. Like I tell you guys, ooh, would I like a new apartment? Yes. Yes. And there's nothing wrong with wanting, like, hop on it. No. Because there's a lot of things that I take into consideration. Because what if I lose my job? What if, not all jobs are paying 20 more plus an hour starting off. Like, you have to think about those things where you're at now, and think about this. People get laid off, companies closes, people get let go, they're decreasing their size in their business, or your job is no longer needed or sufficient. Like, things happen, you know what I mean? And I'm just content. That's why I always like to tell you guys that I'm content with what I have. Like my car, I love it. Would I love a new car? Yes. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? But I'm happy with what I have. It's been paid off for what, 10 years, 9, 10 years. I've been in this apartment for what, almost going on 10 years. This apartment's been on 10 years. And yeah, no, it's nothing fancy. I've never got anything upgraded, little things getting fixed here and there, but never asked to fix or get a replacement for my rugs, which I think every 5 years you can ask to get new rugs. But no, I don't need any of that. Like, I'm good. I keep up with what I have. You know what I mean? I think that's another thing, when you appreciate what you have, you take care of it too. You know what I mean? Like with my car, I take care of it. It takes care of me. I take care of where I stay. I buy good quality things, but not expensive. Like, expensive does not equate quality. Expensive could just be a name brand. You can get an off brand and it just be a same quality but a lower price, so yeah, like, I am so happy with how I view money, my relationship with it. I'm not too tightwad. If I go out with friends, I'm the first one to be like, yo, I'm paying for all of us. I'm paying for this whole shindig. You know what I mean? That's me. That's always been me. Memories for me is precious. I know that I have it. I'd rather spend on memories versus me spending on what, I don't know, a new bag. Going to the shop and getting my hair done. Like, Candace, you can do your own hair and it looks just as fine. Like, yeah, do I want to get pampered? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting pampered, but that $40, $60, what else can you do with? You could do that at home. What else can you do with that $60? That's how I think about money. Like, what can I do with this money? If I could do my own hair, this would cost what, two? Of course, I took out my edges and I never put the new braids back in. But I want to keep this in for another. This has been in for 2 months already. I want to keep it in for another month, if not longer. I still want to get a sew-in, but that will be like in the winter months. I just sweat way too much. And yeah, no. But I want to definitely get that done. I already have the hair. I just got to pay for the services. The thing is, yes, for that, I know how to do my own sewing. I can make it look good. But sometimes it is okay to treat yourself, Like, I don't have a problem with that. But like braids and stuff, like, I can do that. For me to get a sew-in, I'd rather have somebody else do it. um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, I saved up that $1,000, you know, for myself. I haven't even spent anything. I want to get more braiding here. And I'm like, wait, I don't want to touch that. Like, that's just me. Like, I don't want to touch anything that I save. But at the same time, I'm like, Candace, if you do touch it, you can't feel bad for it. You know what I mean? That savings challenge was for you. I didn't know what I wanted to do with that thousand, you know. Eventually I told myself I'll just put it in the car fund, you know. So, you know, we're gonna have to get I'm pretty sure something's gonna have to get fixed on my car come March. So I'm just like, I'll put it there. But if I do want to dip into that, if I want to dip into that, I don't have a problem with it, you guys. But my main savings goal, that's for emergencies. Emergencies, not for play. That thousand that I saved up is for that. The $400 challenge I'm doing right now, that's for that. Like, for me to do whatever I want. And that's why I don't do sinking funds, you know, because like my logic is, if I put something towards one category, I can't spend money on this category for something else. That's just my logic. That's why I don't do, I know what feels good to me money wise and how I do things. So, you know, when other people have sinking funds, I watch people with sinking funds. I'm happy for them. But for me, my mental is just like, it's too much. Like, I get anxious, I overthink things, and I'm just like, no. You have a savings. So if you have to dip in it for important things like bills or medical stuff, car fixing, that's what that money is for, you know. But then just to have money set aside for fun, I am so happy that I'm not too frugal where I don't enjoy life, you know. um Even when I was getting out of debt, I was still enjoying life. But I'm not, I don't go all in one way or the other. I'm at a good position, you know. I know what I'm worth. I know what I can get, but I'm content. Contentment is a beautiful thing to me, you guys. Like, I don't have to think about, ooh, what's next? Ooh, what's next? No, I'm just happy where I'm at. I'm happy what I have, you know. I don't have to upgrade. Yeah, upgrades are nice, but I don't have to upgrade, you know, every single time. Um, so yeah, I feel like my relationship with money is on par with what I should have, you know. So yeah, let me know. What is your relationship with money? Do you have a good relationship? Um, Let me know. Comment down below. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.